Hello and welcome back to RG Diaries. I'm your host Reena and I'm thrilled to have you here today. Today we are going to explore a fascinating subject that is investment and finance. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, finance? Isn't that complicated? But don't worry, in today's episode, I'll take you on a storytelling journey, simple, clear, and full of useful English phrases that will help you understand finance in an easy way. Let's begin with a story. Imagine a young man named Arjun. He earns his first salary. Excited, he buys new clothes, takes his friends out for dinner, and by the end of the month, his pocket is empty. Has this happened to you too? The next month, Arjun decides to do something different. He sets aside a small portion of his income, let's say 10%, and puts it into a saving account. A few months later, he discovers something magical. His money has grown, not because he worked extra hours, but because of interest. This is where the world of finance begins, with the simple idea that money can grow if you manage it wisely. Now let's add another layer to the story. One day, Arjun's friend tells him about investing in stocks. At first, he is nervous. Stocks, charts, risks, it all sounds confusing. But his friend explains buying a stock is like owning a tiny piece of a company. If the company grows, your share grows too. Here is some vocabulary you can practice. Stocks represent ownership in a company. Investors earn returns through dividends or capital appreciation. Notice how advanced these sentences sound, yet how clear they are. But investment isn't just about stocks. Think about real estate. Imagine Arjun buying a small apartment. Over time, the value increases because the city develops, schools and malls are built nearby, and more people want to live there. This is capital growth through property investment. To describe this in English, you might say the value of real estate appreciates with urban development. Property can serve as long term investment. Of course, every story has two sides. Finance is not only about opportunities, it's also about risk. Arjun once invested in a company without doing research. At first, the stock price went up and he was thrilled, but soon it crashed and he lost a big portion of his savings. That's when he learned the golden rule of finance: never put all your eggs in one basket. This means always diversify. Spread your investments so that if one fails, others can support you. Here is how you can express this idea in English. Diversification reduces exposure to risk. A balanced portfolio is essential for long term stability. Now let's bring it closer to our daily lives. Investment doesn't always mean millions of dollars. It can start small with a saving account, a mutual fund, or even learning how to budget. The important thing is to build a habit of financial discipline. Here is a phrase you can practice: consistent saving and disciplined investing lay the foundation for financial security. Sound powerful, doesn't it? So, here is my challenge for you. After listening to this episode, try to explain in English how you would invest if you had $1,000. Would you save it, put it in stock, real estate, or maybe diversify? Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on clarity and vocabulary. As we wrap up, remember this: finance is not just about numbers, it's about stories. Stories of people who learn to make money work for them instead of always working for money. And as you learn to talk about finance in English, you are not just learning a language skill, you are preparing yourself for global conversations about wealth, growth, and opportunity. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, Keep learning, keep speaking, and maybe keep investing in your future.